good evening. Thank you for joining us. You know, Aaron, it seems like the hockey, Lloydminster Bobcats are kind of the main topic nowadays in sports. Seems like we can't stop talking about them. They took the ice last night, played a pretty good game, I heard, against the Bandits. Yeah,
Brooks Bandits, one of the best teams in the AJHL. Lloydminster handed them their first loss of the season. I'll have the highlights and post-game reaction for you coming up in sports.
And Sean, a beautiful fall day today, but windy.
Yes,
very windy.
Yes, it was, and it's because of a cold front that pushed its way through our region into the overnight and brought all those cold winds. As we take a look now across Lloydminster, we're sitting at 10 degrees with the winds out of the northwest, gusting up to 41 kilometers at times. And as we take a look in the Lakeland, a few more clouds. And for the Battlefords, lots of clear skies. So now the wind was the story across the Midwest, Lakeland, and Battlefords. Will that wind continue into tomorrow, and will the sun stick around? Well, you'll have to stay tuned. I'll have your full weather forecast coming up a little later on.
Someone else's junk could be worth a lot of money. That statement held true at a number of local trade shows in the border city this weekend. And despite our town's small size, many appraisers are saying that when it comes to the amount of business they've seen, Lloydminster stands competitive against larger markets. Averaging about 100 people a day for the past week, Kevin Cheng says all in all, business has been good.
It's been a very consistent week, lots of people coming through, and I'm having a really good time actually in Lloydminster.
An appraiser with the Canadian Collectors Roadshow, Cheng says they've traveled across Canada and now to Lloydminster.
We're here looking at people's antiques and collectibles, coins, precious metals, jewelry.
The back, you see the holes in the back.
And it seems this weekend is a popular one for other trade shows as well. Over at the Best Western, Chris Rothwell is busy looking at
old gold, old silver coins. A lot of people can bring those in. Old silverware and platters, stuff like that.
The goal for these shows, to make a trade and fetch a good price for their customers, bringing items worth little or ones turning out to be lucrative treasures.
I've seen this tea service made of sterling silver, made in London, 1851. It was actually one of the most beautiful pieces I've seen. We estimated it to be selling at an auction for about $5,000.
In the end, it's about honest face-to-face service and making their patrons happy.
The people that didn't sell, a few of them kind of had second thoughts, and it meant something to them when they actually got to the table and passed the old ring over and went, oh no, that was anti-mace, maybe I should hang on to that.
We're going to take a short break from news right now. Aaron Struck joins me at the desk with some sports. We're going to talk about Bobcats. I know that they started off pretty slow at the beginning of the season, but they seem to pick it up and they're doing quite well.
Yeah, all of October seems like they've been playing really well. Plus, it's one of those things where they had their 8-game winning streak snapped on Tuesday while they were looking to rebound last night against the Brooks Bandits. The Bobcats are having an unreal October. Going into last night, they were 7-0-1. However, their opponent, the Brooks Bandits, they're having quite the year themselves as they hadn't lost in regulation. Well, something had to give as it was the battle of the two hottest teams last night at the Civic. Tyler Briggs in net for the Bobcats, looking to remain undefeated on the year. His teammates would help him out on the power play early on. Off the draw, the puck goes right to Jordan Pelletier. He fires it home. Lloyd up 1-0. Brooks responds a minute later. Ryan Luton goes in on the partial break and puts it by Briggs to even it up at ones. But on another Bobcat power play, Tanner Erickson rips it wide. Pelletier takes a swipe at it and Topher Flanagan buries it to regain the 1-goal lead. 3 minutes later, they add to it. Corey Chisholm feeds a streaking Casey Knight. He goes top Chad on Michael Frederick to make it 3-1 Bobcats after 20 minutes. In the second, Cats on the power play. But Brooks gets the best chance. The orange and black cough it up. David Watt, though, is stopped by Tyler Briggs. Jump to the third, the Bandits pull within one. The puck hops over the stick of Grant Baker. RJ Reed wins the foot race and goes backhand on Briggs. It's 3-2. But that's as close as they would get, as Mitchell Gartner would add an empty netter. The Cats hand Brooks their first regulation loss of the season and improved to 8-0-1 in October with the 4-2 win.
The guys played very hard against a very explosive hockey team that has scored more goals than anyone in this league, and we kept them to 2 goals and 19 shots. Not a bad job from us.
Obviously, it's a confidence boost. Like they don't have a game in that loss column, right? So we're the first team to do that, and we pretty much outworked them the whole game, so it was good.
We took away their time and space. We were all over them. We didn't give them room with the puck. We knew that they were a good puck-moving team, and they control it well, and they passed it around. We just took away their time and space and played hard on them in our own end, and it paid off in the offensive end.
The Cats do have tonight off, but they hop on a plane tomorrow morning and fly to Fort Mac for a 2 o'clock game with the Oil Barons. These two clubs are in a heated battle for second spot in the North Division, along with Bonnyville. And speaking of the Pontiacs, they were in Drayton Valley last night looking to silence the Thunder for the 4th time this season, but it was Drayton Valley getting the best of Bonnyville 6-1, scoring 6 unanswered goals to pick up their 7th win of the season. The Ponts will try and bounce back tonight when they face off with the Crusaders in Sherwood Park. All right, to the Junior B ranks now, and the Lloydminster Bandits notched their 4th win in a row last night, thumping the St. Paul Canadians 8-1. The Cold Lake Ice retained top spot in the league, blanking the Saddle Lake Warriors 6-0. Elsewhere, the Vegreville Rangers tamed the Vermilion Tigers 5-1. And last but not least, the Thorhill Titans are still in search of their first win after the Killam Wheat Kings shellacked them 9-3. Now there are 3 games on the Northeast Alberta Junior B skid tonight. The Wheat Kings are in the Border City to battle the Bandits. The Cold Lake Ice host the Vermilion Tigers, and the Rangers and Warriors face off in Saddle Lake. In 6 games this season, the Lloydminster Universal Heat are 5-1 and lead the Charger North Division. This afternoon, the Heat were looking to continue their blazing start and when they were welcoming the Edmonton SSAC Lions to the Civic. Pick it up in the third, Heat down 7-3, but they get one back right here, seconds in on the power play. Cale Clegg's blast from the point finds the back of the net. It's 7-4. 2 minutes later, the Heat chip into the lead even more. Big hit brings Chandler Klein on the 2-on-2. He walks in and wires it top Chad. It's 7-5. And 3 minutes after that, the Heat on the power play again, and they capitalize. The puck bounces around in front before Andrew Kopp taps it home. Lloyd within 1. A minute later, the Heat can't clear their zone. The puck comes out to Charlie Galicki. He slides it far side. It's 8-6. Edmonton would add another 2 and take this one 10-6. Home sweet home. The Lakeland Rustlers men's basketball team were undefeated on their home court last season. The Rustlers were hoping to keep that streak going last night when they tipped off their 2011-2012 season against the NAIT Ooks. Defense was an issue last season, but not early on in this one. Wesley Jones stuffs Brock McMillan, and back the other way, Eugeno Weganjo opens the scoring with the layup right there. Later in the first, Weganjo drives coast to coast and kisses it off the glass for another deuce. Rustlers down just 1. Then time for some showtime. Kyrie Coleman, left all alone under the hoop, throws down the two-hander. But Jones says, whatever you can do, I can do better. After Wejondo misses the layup, Jones cleans it up. Rustlers down 3. Midway through the second, Adrian Curtis feeds Jones down low. Boom, shakalaka. Jones with more rim-rattling action. Lakeland led 47-44 at the break. Jump to the fourth, Rustlers up 9. Kevin Parchment from beyond the arc. Count it. Everything was going right for Lakeland in this one. Kadeem Willis under the rim gets the finger roll to eventually drop. The Rustlers roll over NAIT 102-84.
Yeah, you know, we just wanted to stay relentless, and we knew sooner or later, you know, it would turn our way. So, but that's a very good team, and tomorrow we got our hands full in Edmonton.
Oh yeah, it feels really good, you know, especially winning big like that. So it gives us the confidence to keep going. We keep our winning streak at home alive, so feeling really good right now.
It's what we've been working for. It's what we've been hoping for all year. It's a start to our journey to nationals. That's what we're aiming for.
To the ladies Rustlers now, and they were also facing the NAIT Ooks. Defense standing out early on in this one. Allie White plants her feet and takes the charge, and it sparks the Rustlers offense. Amy Warbrick takes it, spots Brandy Levitt, who lays it in for an easy 2. Lakeland down a pair after 1. In the second, PJ Wells, she goes off, draining the money ball here. Ooks up by 7. Lakeland starts to chip away. Mariah Vantoff drives, dishes to Cameo McKerlie. 2 points. Rustlers were up by 2 at the half. In the third, McKerlie hits Amanda Carlton, Cross court, she hits the trifecta for 3 of her 7 on the game. To the 4th, Amy Warbrick finds a hole, splits the D, and gets the Steve Nash floater to drop. But the Ooks were just too strong. Warbrick's shot is blocked by Josephine Peacock. Janice Fung gets the bucket and won. Rustlers drop the opener 60-54.
Turnovers cost us and missed layups. We had a lot of missed layups and a lot of turnovers. They got 2 4th, 5th-year players there that made a lot of shots, and we talked about it all week, and we didn't execute our game plan.
I think they came back strong whenever we went at them, and we kind of were passive a bit. I think we can play a little stronger than we did and kind of showed a little bit tonight.
We just tried to come out and do what we had to do, and apparently we just fell a little short, but we got them again tomorrow, so hopefully that'll go better.
The Lakeland volleyball clubs got their seasons underway last night at Concordia. Both the women and men swept their sets 3-0 to start the year on the right foot 1-0. The volleyball clubs are now home tonight to go head-to-head with the Thunder in the back half of a home-and-home, while the basketball teams, they travel to NAIT for another date with the Ooks. It seems as though the Wheatland Football League just started and already the season's done and it's playoff time. This afternoon, the defending back-to-back champion Lloyd Barons were in St. Paul trying to keep their quest for 4 going. But that came to an end as the Barons fell 30-24 to the Lions, snapping their championship streak. So St. Paul will now head to Lloyd next Saturday to face the Raiders at Holy Rosary. Meanwhile, a defensive battle in Wainwright. The Commandos shut out the Bonnyville Voyageurs 8-0. Wainwright will now head up to Cold Lake next Saturday to face off with the Royals. Checking in on the first round of the Bantam playoffs and the Lloydminster Chargers, lambasted the Wainwright Commandos 40-12. The Chargers will now face their Boulder City rival Mustangs next Saturday at 1 o'clock.